previously did a video on the Sp-404MK2. This boy right here. It was a really bad video though. I had to redo it. And I've developed an affection for it. Like, I was all MPC. I like the MPC workflow. This is confusing in that video, but I've come around, as I've come around with many things after all this time. The main thing is workflow, a new workflow. You just have to take time and get used to the workflow of the SP. That's mainly what it is, because it does everything all the other Beat Machine groove boxes do. And as far as a battery powered groove boxes, Beat Machines, I have this that I've been using a lot lately, and I've had it for about a year. So I'll come back to it every 6 months or so, and I have to relearn the workflow. And as far as battery powered Beat Machines, of course I have the Lo-Fi 12. I prefer the SP over this. Like, I like the sounds in this, and I just sample the sounds out. Like, I don't use it as a sequencer or a beat machine. I use it strictly for the sounds as a synthesizer. But I also have this, the MPC 500, which, you know, if you know the MPC workflow, you jump right into this. It's an MPC with 4 less pads and a 2-line screen. This MPC all day on this. So you just pick it up, you know, it don't take you 2 weeks to get used to it. And recently, I added a battery to this. As far as the smaller MPCs, look, there's the button right there. Cut it on, powering up. No cords. As far as the smaller MPCs, I'll go with these, but I've really gotten used to the SP. It's really starting to work out for me. And I've had 2 live 2s, they both went bad with the batteries.
Trust no one, it died dump and drained the battery. You're barely talking like Teddy Ruxpin.
One was 14 months and one was 9 months. And I got rid of both of them. I didn't want to, the one that was still under warranty, I don't want to be responsible for when it goes out again. They really need to build these newer MPCs better build quality, more research into the battery charging process with those. And here are a couple of the things that I don't like about the Sp-404MK2. And at this they're just nitpicks, because I've gotten used to it. Like, I can make a presentable beat at this point. Like, good or bad is subjective, but I can make it where it doesn't sound choppy, where everything is on time. But here are some of the things that I don't like about it. Roland, you couldn't just put transport buttons on this thing? Like, it could have been room on here for transport. Like, that wouldn't have hurt anything. That would have made this so much more enjoyable if you had dedicated buttons to just play and stop and record. Well, actually, you do got a dedicated record button, but I can't see that as being that much more. Just a few more buttons. And that's my only real thing with this. Is I used to think, like, I never know what I'm in, what I'm doing, but everything is light based. So once you take a general assessment of the lights on the SP, the lights around it, you can figure out where you are. And the effects are great on this boy. I don't use a lot of effects, even when I'm DJing. Transitioning from one genre to another, or extreme BPM changes, I always just scratch them in. I like the drop down on the Rev 7, the Pioneer DDJ Rev 7. I like that effect. I'll use that slightly more, but once I'm cooking, I don't even use that. I go back into default mode. So I don't use a lot of effects, but I've been using them a lot on this. Another thing you have to get used to on this boy is the buses, the effects buses. Like signal routing is a big part of this machine. You know, routing the effects to whatever pad you're using or whatever sound you're using. It's a big part of this. And you have 4 buses. You have immediate access to bus 1 and bus 2, and then you have to work a little bit for the 3 and 4. Workflow, you just gotta get used to it. It's just a different workflow. You're buying a workflow when you buy these machines now. And a lot of the times I don't know where I'm at in the machine. Am I on patterns? Am I on just playing sounds? Am I recording? Am I resampling? You know, sometimes it take a minute to just figure out where I am. As far as the cons, that's it. I don't have them. In the beginning, I had a lot. In the last video, I had a lot. But now, I've gotten used to it. Like, every time I put it down for 3 months, though, I have to relearn workflow. That's my biggest thing. Some of the pros for this, you can turn it on with the USB-C. You can use the power cord that come with it, or I could just take the USB-C out and plug it directly into the SP, and I'm powered from there. The only thing is, if I'm sampling from, my phone or something, or iPad, then I have to go to battery power for that, because I have to use the USB-C to get sounds in. Of course, I can use the 1/4-inch jacks also. The real-time saving. You don't have to worry about, accidentally powering it off or the battery's dying and you lose a beat. Or in the old days when you kick a cord out or something, that beat is gone forever if you didn't save. This is real-time saving. Whatever you do, it saves. And with the mark button, you can go back. And this is as far as I got. Let me see. Pattern select. Isolators. Intro. faster, quick beat for the Sp-404MK2. Took a long time to get there, but I got it done. And to sum it up, I like the 404. I could use this like in the older days when I couldn't afford a lot of these machines. You know, I started with the ASRX, and you know, you get used to workflows. So I got used to that before I got my first MPC, the MPC 1000 and 0405, somewhere up in there. But if this was my only machine, I could still get good sound out of it, good beats. I got it. I like it. I regret making that first video. I took it down, and it's a horrible video. I mean, most of my videos aren't that good anyway, but that one is particularly bad. What was I thinking? So yeah, I got it. I like it. I use it. It works. Thanks for watching.